I'm here to tell you about an event coming up. It's called Light It Up. It's in Raleigh. It's put on by Lights for Decorators. If you're in the home service industry and you're interested in Christmas lights, you got to check this out. This is a great place to start. It's a great place to learn. If you've been doing it for years, it's just a good event. Great people. And I'm going to introduce Jimmy Tompkins. Jimmy is the owner and founder of Lights for Decorators. He's the creator of Omni, and he's putting on a great event. I've been to one, so welcome Jimmy to the floor.
Hello, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Doing great.
I'm digging the American flag pillars there. It looks like you're tucked in pretty nice.
I'm cozy. Yeah, getting ready to watch the thunderstorm on the back deck. What's better?
Man,
So
that storm just came through us. I guess it's working its way to you. It was gnarly.
we've had two today come through already that have been pretty epic. So it's good. The pool's filling up. The pond's filling up. I'm happy. So
The pool's filling up. What's the line in Caddyshack? Yeah, we got a pool. Pond's good for you though. That's for the riffraff. You got guests in town. I guess some of them you let them swim in the pool. Some of them they have to swim in the pond.
That's right. That's right. The fun people swim in the pond. The pool. The fun people swim in the pond. The bougie people swim in the pool.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how it goes. Yeah,
understood. So, this isn't going to be a standard podcast. So I'm not going to do any interviews or anything like that. If you don't know Jimmy Tompkins, you're whatever. You should. Jimmy's doing amazing things. He started out in the landscape industry, branched into Christmas lights, and then eventually, and hopefully I got that timeline right, eventually started selling the lights themselves. Is that right?
That's right. Yep.
Great dude. His business model is in this day and age is a breath of fresh air because he's all about networking and relationships. There's no high sales tactics. As a matter of fact, he's never asked me to buy anything in my life, and because of that, he gets business from us. So I guess we're here just to talk about the event you have coming up. So give us a little bit about that and what to expect.
Well, first of all, I'm excited to have you at the event and along with a lot of really other incredible people. I mean, you kind of hit on it, right? It's, I'm a contractor first. Everything I do, I see through a contractor's eyes, and I know the battles that contractors and I've faced for so long. It's hard, man. It's hard to be a contractor, especially this day and age. Every day it's getting harder and harder. And, you see a lot of suppliers and vendors and things that really just don't care about your business. And it's when you find that vendor that really cares about you, that really supports you and wants to see you be successful, that's something special. And I remember, going back when I would treat some vendors better than I treat customers because they treated us so well. And, we make sure we always were paying them way early and just never let that relationship go sour. And it was, it's always been something to me that when you have that relationship, it's special. Never in a million years would I've ever thought I'd be on the other side of the desk, so to speak.
Yeah, sure.
But it's all about winning together, and we win together, we lose together, which isn't an option. So we're going to fight the battle together, and we're going to win, and we're going to be better tomorrow than we were today. And I think I kind of get to live vicariously through these contractors and have these guys call me, and they're like, "Man, you would never believe what I just sold today, and I won today." And I suck at not going out there and bragging on these guys. I should do a better job of it, but I just don't really think about social media a whole lot.
What did you call it before we jumped on live? Can't remember.
The hanky panky of social media. Yeah, it's just way over my brain power. Hanky panky. Yeah. So, so it's these guys are celebrating these huge wins, and I literally live vicariously through these guys. I'm like, man, I wish I could have sold a job like that. Like, these guys are selling jobs that I would have never in a million years been able to sell. And it's really just fun and rewarding to be part of it on our side. And, guys calling with these massive opportunities, and to be able to be a little small part of their success and make sure we're getting a good package together, good pricing together, know they're going to go win that job, give them the best possible products they can have. And, so that's what this event's really all about. It's bringing these people together because we win as a team. And it's what I've always found is you go to these events and there's a lot of great speakers and there's a lot of great nuggets that you can pull from these, but some of the best thoughts, memories, and ideas have just come from outside those sessions or expanding upon those sessions. The sessions are all about like get your head ready for it. And then after the fact, you're hanging around, rubbing shoulders, playing games or doing whatever with the same guys. And then, that thing that Trevor said today, that really resonated. Have you thought about this? And then you start bouncing ideas off. And that's to me where really good business decisions are made. And it creates an accountability partner, and it creates relationships of other people that are going to be in your corner. And, honestly, that's what our events are all about. Light it up, go all in. It's been a crazy year. And it's what does it mean to go all in? What does it take for you to go all in and know I am the best company. I've got the best service. I've got the best products. I've got the best results, and not be scared to go all in and dominate your market. And that's what we're really excited to bring to the guys and gals out there. And it's going to be a great event. As always, our stuff's always free. So, that's what we're doing.
What I love most about your style and the events that you put on, I've never left an event with more cell phone numbers. You know what I mean? We go to these events and it becomes a production, and there's a guy on stage and he spends 30 minutes giving you nuggets, just enough, right, until the punchline at the end where they're trying to sell you something. I can't speak to the event coming up, but I assume, just from my experience with you and your team, that won't happen. It's just not. It's not your style. It's not how it works. So what you end up with is a Rolodex of people that you can call, because you call them friends, because we go axe throwing and kart riding and do all these fun things together. And it's not just an event where you go to learn and train, but there is that as well. There's also hands-on training. You're going to walk away feeling confident about your Christmas light season, feeling confident about entering into landscape lighting, which honestly, that's what we want to do this coming season. So I'm actually going to this with some takeaways. I'm hoping to take some knowledge away from this, but I was honored that you asked me to speak. And one of the things that I just love about business is systems, creating systems, the process. And it's not just about the systems you create, it's how you create the systems that I think so many people get lost in. So I'm excited to give a quick presentation on my process, from thought to illustration to coaching your team and executing. So let's talk a little bit about that. The speakers you have coming, what that looks like. Are we talking like 15, 30-minute segments where somebody gets up in front? I don't know what I'm doing. Well, so this is partially good for me.
The good news is I don't either. So we're just going to wing it and roll
That's
the dice. We're just going to hang out. No, it's, we got some really cool people coming from different facets. Right. And you're 100% right. It's systems, it's processes. It's those are things that make a company not just a good company, but a successful, good company. And, I think, looking back to you, I remember the first time me and you spoke, and you were kind of beating around the bush, but bigger's not better. Size does not matter. So I
didn't say that. Yeah. You said that.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
But it's understanding what your capabilities are as a company and how to maximize and be as efficient as you possibly can. And all that boils down to systems, processes, and know what you're good at, know where you excel, know where you're not so good at, stay away from it, and embrace that. So what we're trying to do is bring people that aren't going to come up there and say the same thing 15 different ways. We want to bring people that are going to bring a specific discipline to it. Whether it's talking about marketing and sales, or whether it's talking about taking that to the next level. And then, of course, operational efficiencies and production efficiencies, to how are we paying employees? Like, you do production pay, and I'm telling you, that is the way of the future. People are scared of it. They're intimidated by it. And they're like, well, what if my guy quits? Well, good. If he quits, then you just save yourself 6 months of time wasting money on some loser. That's really what it boils down to. And it's going to change the way people think, the way they run their businesses, and create a sustainable model where they can be successful. So, we got Ryan Lee. Everybody knows Ryan Lee coming out. Landscape Lighting Secrets. And he says he's a landscape lighting guy, but he's a business guy.
Right.
He just taught us to do it through landscape lighting. But he is such a wealth of knowledge, and he brings the salesmanship to the table And every time I hear him talk, I always learn stuff, and I steal stuff from him all the time. He's great. So always excited to have him in the mix. We got Dan Plata, the best damn bookkeeper around, coming down. And same thing, man. I love people that just shoot it straight, and they don't sugarcoat it. They don't put all this stuff out there and go up there trying to sell themselves. They're out there giving you real advice that's sustainable, that you can implement, that you can do and be successful. And he's another one. Every time I hear him talk, he's typically got a beer in his hand. Not sure what number it is on the day, but it doesn't matter. His message is incredible, and he nails it every single time. So really excited to have him in part of it. Ashley Bissing with One Love Social is going to be coming up again. She's been at just about every one of our events. And, there again, she's not there just to sell her services. Of course, if you want to buy it, she's more than happy to sell it to you. But at the end of the day, she's telling you stuff that you can do yourself if you know how to get on Facebook.com, which I don't very well. But
thank you for this guy.
that you can do. Yeah, she teaches you all the ins and the outs of the hanky panky, right? So
might want to redo that one.
Yeah, we'll have to edit that out. But no,
we're live on the hanky panky website.
So she tells you, hey, this is how you do it yourself. This is what you can do, and I think there's a lot of value there. We got PRD coming in they're out from actually Utah as well, a marketing company, website developing company, SEO company, and I was fortunate enough to hear them speak at another event. And man, same thing. They shoot it straight. This is, why are you spending money here? Why are you spending money on holiday decor? Holiday decor is not searched. Christmas decor is searched, right? Like at a number of like 100 to 1. So why is everybody worrying about their website being politically correct and holiday? Well, that immediately is killing your Google rankings. If you put Christmas decor, Christmas lights, you're going to excel. So little things like that. Do you have to hire them to look at that? Ryan Lee's calling me now. I must have said something bad. Poor guy. But little things like that you can do and you can apply are huge. And then we got a whole plethora of other guys. I could sit here and name everybody else that's coming. We're going to do panels, open forum panels, where we're going to bring guys up on stage and let people just ask questions of them, and there again, tons of networking, tons of opportunity on, Wednesday night. It's just a meet and greet social, break the ice. Because these events, people are sometimes scared to ask questions. They're tight. They don't want to be insecure, and ask that question. Well, you break that barrier, you get them comfortable with each other. They start asking questions.
Smart.
That's when good stuff flows. So that's Wednesday night, a little icebreaker. Thursday, we're going to go hard all day and learn from some pros and do some of the panel sessions. Thursday night's casino night. So we got a company coming in. We're going to have some casino gaming going on. Will be some really cool prizes. The top prize, I don't know if we've announced it yet, but I'll say it now. The top prize is going to be a trip for 2 on our rewards trip next year down to the Caribbean. So that'll be just by coming in, playing games and hanging out. And then we're going to do some other product stuff as well. And then Friday, we're going to hit it hard again. By the way, all this is at the Angus Barn in Raleigh, which is probably the biggest known restaurant. I was there the other night celebrating the 65th anniversary. Did a bunch of Omni lights all over the place for them.
Super cool.
But we're doing it all there. So they're going to be the ones feeding us. So that's going to be epic. And then so Friday night, we're going to go to Rush Hour Karting and tear it up on the track, close things out. I better get first place. I don't like losing a race go-karting. So that's the name. As everybody goes out, they just know that they're still eating my rubber behind my go-kart. But yeah, tons of great speakers from all different facets, all different disciplines. Like I said, that hopefully will be able to cater to these business owners, managers, salespeople, and give them something that they can take back and implement and be super successful with.
Yeah, I love it. I think one of the things I'm going to do, if we have time while I'm speaking, is I'm just going to do a poll and ask for pain points. Give me a pain point, something that happened this week that just keeps happening, right? Something you can't control. And then what I want to do is I want to do live. I want to create a system to keep that from happening ever again, document it, put it into Canva and create that that document, and then we can go over it. Like, just do it like you would if you were just sitting at your own desk, right? Trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that as part of my process. I think there's this fear around it. Like, I don't know where to start. I don't have an SOP. I don't have a operations manual. Well, you better start,
Yep.
So I want to simplify that process and show people that I literally, when a problem shows up, I'm like, great, that's another page from my operations manual. And it takes me 10, 15 minutes that day to knock it out. And then the following Monday at our team meeting, we discuss it. It really is that simple.
Yeah. I mean, I've always said, as a manager or business owner, or, whatever you want to call yourself, you're an excuse remover, right?
Yep.
Your job is to remove
Perfect.
excuses from the workplace every single day. So you go into work, you're like, I'm going to remove excuses, because that's what we do. And how do you remove it? Well, you put a system in place that makes it, it creates a sense of accountability first, but secondly, it creates an expectation that it has to be lived up to. If you're not attacking the person. And that's where people struggle. And my point from my perspective, with holding people accountable, you're not attacking the individual, you're attacking the action or the product of their action. You can't attack the individual. You have to attack their action, but you can't attack the action if you don't have something to reference.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of people don't understand why you have to have those things in place. So yeah, that would be freaking cool. I love that idea. Never seen it done, so that'd be sweet.
And it's not even about attacking the action. Honestly, it's about, well, it is, but it's about more than it. It's about attacking it from the right perspective, and knowing that accountability doesn't just go from the top down, it goes from the bottom up. So when you have that situation with one of your guys, you need to be able to sit down and go, hey man, we did go over this. Let's do it again. Let's sit down. Let's make sure we're on the same page. Maybe I didn't communicate something right. And you show them the thing, and you go through it, and you're like, is there something that we're not connecting on here? So the accountability goes both directions. And it may be 100%. You left something out. Like, dude, we didn't talk about that. That's something okay, well, that might be your fault, right? So that's problems. If you're a good entrepreneur, a good leader, problems create solutions, right? That should be the target with your team. They should all know that you don't care about finger pointing at all. I don't care who did it. I want the solution, right? And if everybody's rowing in the same direction, man, that's powerful.
Yep, nailed it, 100%. Yeah, it's and when you see it come together, like, daggone, that was easy.
Yeah,
what have we been doing the last 10 years, right? So, and then that culture becomes contagious, right? And then there again, it goes back to the whole team is winning. Everybody on that company is rowing together. They're winning together. They see that momentum, and it becomes contagious. And it only takes one vampire. I call them vampires, to take the wind out of your sails. And how do you nip that? And how quick can you nip that before it can become, toxic tornado and just absolutely wipe you out? So
yeah, and it's important to state that all of this that I'm talking about is just from experience. It's from learning all the hard way, right? It's not because I've read 100 books and I'm some kind of guru. It's because I've made all these mistakes so many dang times. I mean, one of my guys is probably watching this right now, like, he's full of shit, we haven't done that in 3 weeks. And it might be true, but I'm speaking to my experience and the things that I'm currently working on, and so it's ever changing, and none of us are perfect, but I think if you do nothing about it, then nothing happens.
But in good point there too, right? It's not, the ideas are always there. It's how do you execute? And you can't execute without an accountability partner. So you come to an event like this, and you find that guy or that gal who's having the same struggle, fighting the same fight, and be like, you know what? Let's have a phone call every other week or every third week or once a month, and let's help each other get through this and fight this battle together and celebrate those wins, right? So that's where these networking things become so powerful, and honestly, they can change your business. So I regret not going to stuff like this more. And now that I'm on this side and seeing the power and the relationships that come from it, man, it's there again. It's just fun to be a part of, and fun to see guys win and hear the success stories and see the same people year after year. Unfortunately, we announced this one a little late. This event was supposed to be in June. We weren't sure what we were going to do because were batting down the hatches, ready for a tough year. But we're just like, we got to do this. This is our thing in the industry, and we got to make it happen. So we did pull together a little bit late, and but it's not gonna lack any oomph. We got the people on board, and I'm stoked, man. It's gonna be a blast.
Give me some dates. Give me some sign up information, websites. What do we got to do? Phone number.
So July 16th is the opening deal in the evening. Like I said, the icebreaker. Then we're the 17th and 18th of July. Going to be the Angus Barn, Raleigh, North Carolina. It's right directly next to the airport. So tons of hotels. We got hotel blocks, I believe, are through the 8th or the 9th of next week.
I totally forgot to do that, by the way.
So we got the hotel blocks locked in. And then, so as far as where you can register, maybe we can post a link here, get that over to you. But lightsfordecorators.com is where you can hit it. I know we've been throwing it out there on the social media, on the Omni page, the Lights for Decorator page. But it's the Light It Up, Go All In event. It's free. There is a cost. I shouldn't say a cost. There is a hold your spot fee, because honestly, we spend almost $3,000 per head at this event, and we got to get an accurate number. And the people don't show, we're still responsible for paying for their food and all the entertainment that goes along with it. So people show up, they get all their money back. There's nothing there. Like, you got to even pay it and buy products. It's just really there to reserve the spot, because we do spend a lot of money and time getting the thing pulled together. But it is 100% free. That money will go back to the card. As a matter of fact, I don't even think we charge the credit card. I think we hold it, and if they don't show, then we charge it. But we won't tell anybody that.
You just did.
I know. But, it's just really there to protect us from our investment in it. It's not a job. We're not trying to make money. There's not a sales pitch. We don't want guys standing up on stage selling their services. They are there to be an advocate, there to support you. But they also do provide great services. So if you're in need, these are people who basically handpicked that I know do it right, do it well, and are people you can trust that they're going to have your back and celebrate your victories with you as well.
Well, I can go ahead and tell you, I got nothing to sell. So even if I wanted to, maybe I'll bring some trinkets. I don't know.
Hey, that's something. Maybe some bracelets. Have your daughter make some fancy bracelets or something?
Yeah.
Why not? All
right. So what about, let me ask you this. What if somebody says, I can't make it on the 16th, but I can be there for the 17th and 18th? Do you recommend
if you can only make it the 18th, not a big deal. If you can only make it the 17th, not a big deal. There's going to be packed. And if you're partial days, we're not sitting there checking attendance or anything like that at every 15 minutes. We understand you got businesses to run. So, what you can make it for, great. 16th is obviously an icebreaker, not a big deal. 17th, a lot of value. 18th, a lot of value. But get to what you can, and that nothing wrong with that at all.
So Lights for Decorators on the Hanky Panky website, Facebook. That's a good place to get the information if you want to find it. Don't message Jimmy because he doesn't do social media.
You can text me. Just don't message me on Facebook, because it takes me 15 minutes to find that too.
That's okay, man.
Yeah,
dude, enjoy your night. I'm jumping off of here. I've got another podcast at 7:00. You got to check that one out. This guy is his name is Mike Burke, and he owns Sunstoppers. It's a tent shop, but they have over 70 locations, and he's just a beast. He's just one of those guys that you meet and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. He's not messing around. He means business. And
let's bring him to Light It Up and say how to get 70 locations across the country. Yeah, that's your chore for the night.
That's it. I want to put Omni on 70 buildings. That's what I want to do.
There you go. You know what he needs under those tents, don't you?
Under his tents?
He needs some really good lighting under those tents. They need to be well lit tents.
Tint.
Window tinting?
Yeah, window tinting.
Oh, well, he doesn't need any lights then. He's keeping. All right. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Well, I appreciate it. I know we got to make up ours at some point. We'll get it done. But thank you so much, and can't wait to have you at the event and support, and keep doing what you do, buddy. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. See you.
Thank you.